All right. So definitely a strap today. Good morning. As I come in just a wee bit late, forgive me. Thinking about the heart, this last vinyasa sequence, keeping in mind that it starts in the hands and comes through the arms, that it's the home of our purpose, where our most basic physical self meets a wiser intelligence that says, hey, this would be a great thing for you to do. And you say, wow, I have the abilities to do that. And this feels really fantastic when I do. It's that simple. This is the thing that I enjoy doing. This is the ability to do it. This is the inspiration that makes it exciting to me. That's your purpose. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta look for. And I had been given the question earlier in the week, what problem am I trying to solve in any given moment? Because it refines what you're actually doing. And the asana is the rearranging your furniture, putting away the things from last week, from yesterday, from a moment before. So when we get into the physical body, we're setting aside all the things that gather in your living room, for example, over the course of a week, and you organize, put them away, sort them out. And the breath is the mop and the broom. And that you clean the surfaces of things. And suddenly when the floor is clean and the countertops are clean, the light in the room and the air in the room is clean. And so now you've made an order, you've made clean contact, and all of a sudden the mind, when you walk into that room, you say, I can't wait for the next thing I'm about to do. So that's our aim in this asana, is to put things in order, clean the surfaces, and find a place where it's really very easy to see the brilliance of the present moment. So we'll start on hands and knees. We'll start on hands and knees. If you like, if it serves you, a blanket underneath your knees, depends on where and how you practice. And we just cow for a beat. So if you round your back and pause, tuck your chin, drop your head, and let your hips move side to side. Let your head be even heavier. And as your hips move side to side, as the head lengthens the back of your neck, press to the outer edge, the pinky edge of your hands, and feel that through the outer edges of your arms and the outer edges of your hips. Really wag into the outer ribs. And keep the hips moving and put your thumbs down. And your thumbs down so clearly that the pinky edge of your hands comes up, and feel the inner line of your arms. All up through the collarbones, all up through the spine. Good. Now put your palms flat, find the base of your knuckles, and from there, cat-cow. So we're going to pay a little bit more attention to the hands. And as you find the outer edge of your hand and the base of your thumb, and then the knuckles, pull those points together and have a little lift through the palm of your hand and right into the arms and right into the elbow and right up into the chest. And let that move right from the lift of your palms. And that way you can move a little more freely. Just for 3. For 2. And keep all that going. Turn your left fingers to the left. Your left thumb points forward now. Work there. Try to pull your hands apart. Work there, or turn your left thumb left again. So your left fingertips point towards your left knee. Heels of your hands in one line. Now, find the outer edges of your hands. So that means your left thumb and your right pinky finger. That's the outside now. And feel now the outer arm, left shoulder. 3, 2, good. Turn your left fingers forward. Turn your right thumb towards the front. Your right fingers turn right. Try to pull your hands apart. You're making a little more space in the upper back. Turn your right fingers right again. So what's the outside here? It's your right thumb and your left pinky finger. And it's the outside of your left shoulder and the inside of your right shoulder. Go for 4. Go for 3. Into 2. Open the hands and the arms. And turn your right fingertips forward. Toes together, knees wide, fingertips. Hold back. And just float and root your fingertips down into the floor. Feel the weight of your arms rest into your fingertips and let that lift and relieve your wrists. And then palms down, drum your fingers. Open and close your fists. And come onto hands and knees. Draw your right knee into your chest and back down to the floor. So tuck the chin as your knee comes in, foot to the floor. It's the same motion in your spine as cat-cow, and we exhale in and inhale, open. And you're beginning to loosen the right hip all the way out from your right rib to your right thigh. The knee coming in. And then draw your right knee to your right outer shoulder and cross to the left behind you. So that you're getting a little bit bigger. And see if you've collapsed into your hands. And can you keep all of it moving and pull the outer edge of your hands towards the center of your palm, the base of your knuckles, the pinky side, the thumb side. Pull it in, lift your heart, move your leg. One more. And step your right foot outside of your right hip. So you step it wide, heel to the floor, come onto your fingertips and step forward, tuck your left toes, and sit your hips back as you look forward. Just lengthen your arms, keep your right foot flat. Inhale, coming up. Rock twist, seal your right foot into the floor, and then hips go back without losing your right foot. And do it one more time as you come up, press into your right foot flat, pinky toe, big toe. Keep that, hips back, stay. And then a little bit side to side with your hips. And start to feel into the inner thigh, the underarm, the chest. To rise up, hands flat, right foot outside of your right. Turn your heel in and your toe out, and a block underneath your left hand. That way, you are a little bit higher to do a big back circle through the right side. And your hips move forward and back through that circle. Right knee bends, heart comes up high, hips go forward and back. And then you keep your right hand, arm beside your right ear. And now your hips continue forward and back, forward and back. Keeping your front knee bent, pause. Lift your back knee, lift off. Revolve your right hip over your left. Revolve your right shoulder over your left. And turn your right palm toward the floor. Reach into your left heel and your right hand for 2 and for 1. And sweep wide, set down, hands and knees, change sides. So put the block on the right side. You'll be all set. We'll just cat-cow for a moment, but turn your fingers to face each other. And then cat-cow, just 10, 9, 8. A little bend in the elbows as you arch, pressing the arms straight as you round, so that the chest and the upper back are a little more involved. Find the base of your knuckles. And find neutral. Turn your fingers to point forward, left toes back, and then knee to the chest. Opening and closing. So we're getting a little bit unstuck through the chest and taking that out into the leg, swinging your left hip to bring your left knee outside your shoulder and cross to the right. Outside the shoulder, back to the right. And add the breath so that it gets bigger through the left side. Long left side, heel. 3, 2. And plant your left foot outside the left hip. Foot flat, come onto your fingertips a step forward and tuck your back toes so your hips can come back towards your heel. Armpits open, legs are long. Inhale, coming up on the fingertips. Rock onto the left foot, keep that, and take your right hip back to your right heel. And feel how the left foot wants to peel up. Inhaling up. Keep the left foot flat and sit back. So you're finding the outer left ankle, outer left shin. Rise one more time. And as you come back, the hips a little bit side to side as you come into your half child. So a little side to side means you start to feel into the left groin, left inner thigh, arms are long. 2, and 1. Coming up, step the left foot outside the left hand, turn your toes out, block under the right hand, and the left hand can make big circle. And you take your hips forward and back. Opening through the hip, opening through the navel, notice. Only you know where it needs to go. Only you know where it's easy already and how that ease can spread. And keep the left arm beside the left ear and let the hips move forward and let the hips move back. 3 and 2. You're just oiling that hinge and then pausing, left knee bend. Right toes back under, lift your right knee. Wrap your right hip under your left. Your right shoulder under your left. Firm back right leg. Plug into your right heel and reach through the left hand. And now smooth your breathing. Right down into your right hand. Right out into your left hand. And then 2 hands down. Step back. Toes together, arms out long, eyes closed. Just feel the change you've made. Good. Keep your hips deep. Walk your hands a big step to the left as far as they'll go. Left elbow may bend, but drop your right elbow down as much as you can. Drop your head. And just feel the whole right side, from your right pinky to your right outer shoulder, from your outer shoulder to your head. All the way along the spine. And coming back through the center, both hands step to the right, all the way off the mat. And then the left hip back. The left elbow drops. Little wag, side to side, micro movements. Left elbow, left shoulder, left hip, left side of the spine. And then we'll rinse it as we revolve, hands and knees. Right hand behind your head, right elbow to left wrist, coming down, inhale, rolling open. Just for 5 and 4. So feeling the rotation, rolling your right ribs over your left, rolling your right elbow over your left. And then taking your right hand high, open the elbow. Your hips coming back, your right hand on top of the left. Sweep, inhale, up, open, look up. Right hand down, hips back, look down. 2 more like that. You sweep open, drawing yourself forward. You sweep back, folding out, hip to hand. Take your right hand high, pause here. And sweep your right hand behind your left, right shoulder to the floor. Adjust your left hand beneath your left elbow, look up. And then return, bringing your right hand high. That will be your inhale. And then right hand down to the floor. That'll be your exhale. 2 more. Just sweep. Roll open. And roll close. Find the breath. In and up. And out and down. Pause right there. Drop the right side of your head. Left hand, fingertips overhead. Open your right hand so the back of the fingers find the floor. Walk your left hand a little more to the right side of the mat. And if you like, lift the left knee and find a little more revolution through the chest. And can you smooth out the breath? Can you clean the contact of this breath in this posture? Through the chest, through the hands. Left knee to the floor, hands come back. Downward facing dog. Keep the left side soft as you extend through the right hand, right hip, right heel. And hands and knees. And left hand behind your head. Left elbow to wrist. Roll open and roll close. So the exhalation is really the opportunity to empty out tension that you displace as you start to move, start to make a little more clarity. Good. You'll take the left elbow high, then the left hand high as you look up, open the hands. Sweep your left hand forward, your hips back, fold down, exhale. Inhale, draw forward and open. Exhale, draw back and down. Lead with your left hip as you fold back. Lead with your left hand as you rise up. Draw your hands apart. Left hand behind your right, left shoulder to the floor. Put your right hand under your right elbow, keeps you stable. So we sweep up and open. And then we revolve down to the floor. Use the breath. Inhaling, making space, gathering up. And then breathing out as though emptying the tension from your chin, your throat, your back, your hips, one more. And then hand down, shoulder to the floor. Left palm is open, head is heavy. Right fingertips reach overhead. And a little left. Open your left hand. Notice where the breath may have gotten caught or shortened. Now straighten your right leg if you choose. Dropping onto the back of the left side of your head. Open the back of your left lung. And your right knee coming down, your hands coming down. As you set yourself back in downward facing dog, keep the right side soft, elbow and knee. And instead focus on opening out. Left elbow, left hip, left heel. You bring your knees down. Sit right in front and fold your blanket so that you have a little bit more height. And I'll turn so you can see. You're going to have your hips a little higher than your knees. Reaching up, hold opposite elbows. Just soften your chin, a little shimmy. So your upper arms try to widen, and your hands try to gather them in. So there's this little window of tension that you're creating. You may find a little tremble, and just encourage the tremble with a little shimmy. The heart coming up, the elbows trying to widen, the hands holding them steady. That whenever we encounter a circumstance, feel it. Feel it and notice it and let it through. Before we try to change our response, just let it be true for a moment. Breathe into it, feel it. Know that we don't need to fear it or push it away. That little tremble, it starts to build a little intensity. Just keep softening. Keep softening. And that we can actually handle more than we realize. The heart is so stabilizing. Bring your right hand down to the floor. Bring your left hand across and let it out. And we'll do that 3 times. So left hand down, right hand across, reach. And change. And change. And you're sitting your right hip down as you reach your right hand across. Last one. Good. Keep your right hand down and your left hand over. Look to your right hand. And now the work is to softly bend your elbow toward the floor, drop your left hip. Good. Good. Turn your chin, look up. Now straighten your right hand. There's your inhale. Turn your ribs back, bend your elbow. There's your exhale. Ah! Straighten your arm, turn your left ribs left, turn your left navel left. Keep it turned. Bend your right elbow. Now turn your chin down and turn your chin up. 3. All the way. Turn your chin down and turn your chin up. One more time. Turn down, elbow down, turn up, ribs open, and come to a seat. Hands on thighs. Notice left side, right side. It's as though the body is divided. So different. Hold outside elbows. Go immediately and then notice which was one on top and one behind and swap from that immediacy, the familiar, the reflex. Now a little shimmy. And you begin to deepen your breath and drop the shoulders down the back and allow the sternum to come up, imagining that there is a kite on the sternum. Top to bottom is the length, left to right, the wings. And this kite is rising. And as the kite rises, the heart comes up, the chin comes in. Pull your elbows to widen, your hands to hold. Now find that little shimmy, find that intensity. And I watched my daughter face a great challenge emotionally, and her first response was, it's overwhelming, it's not happening. And you can feel yourself do that, and I want you to melt. And I want you to feel. I want it to open. And let the kite of your heart float up, and I want you to feel. And in the feeling, be very tender with yourself and be very soft. And let it through you. And it begins to pass, maybe very slowly, but we don't hold it. And now let it move, left hand down, right hand over, and side to side. And we let what we feel move through us. And maybe we need an expression, and maybe we need to make fists as we go, but we let it through the body. It participates, it's teaching, we're feeling, we're living. And we keep the left hand to the floor and we pause, and the right hand comes over. Good. Looking down, bend your left elbow toward the floor, and then straightening your left elbow, look to the right and turn your ribs to the right. Exhale, bend the elbow. And then straighten and turn right. And now we gather a little bit of fortitude, and now we know what we're made of. Elbow to bend, and we turn right, and we begin to take more deliberate response. Bend your elbow, pause, and look down. And now look up. Very simple. And look down, breathing out. And breathing in, look up. Open that right side space one more time, look down. And look up. Stay. And as you sweep up, right hand wide, sitting tall, sitting tall. And now we can let it all pass. the levity you've made on either side, the space on the side body. Take that with you, hands and knees. Open your blanket to go under your knees, and as you do, when you're ready, downward facing dog. So we'll use all this space of the side body to start to move a little bit. Feeling the base of your thumbs, the base of your knuckles. And from there, the space of your heart, a little shimmy again. Tuck your chin, drop your head. Drop your knees, put your hands on blocks, put your blocks on the mat so they're not going anywhere, so that you can return to downward facing dog, hands on blocks with a little extra height through the chest. Your right foot will step forward between the blocks, finding a lunge. Give it some space, let it move forward and back. If you need two blocks on their sides, give you a little more height, but if so, please be careful in your dog. I suggest blocks down. If you don't need blocks, no blocks. Right foot back. Press. Left foot steps forward. Find your lunge. It's sticky. We haven't been in the back body too much. Haven't been in the legs. And step your left foot back down dog. So the right foot will step up, and this will become exhale. And we'll press back to down dog, and that will be inhale. And the left foot will step up, and that will be exhale. Look forward, stepping back, inhale, press your hands away. Right foot, exhale, down dog, inhale. Left foot, exhale, heart forward, heel back, start to open the hinge of your hip. Right foot, exhale, down dog, inhale, last one, left foot, lunging. Step back, down dog. Right foot steps up, left knee down, hands up high. Palms together. Good. Thumbs down your back, let your hips move forward and back. Elbows coming in, chin coming in. Feel the space you've made. Bend your front knee, pause. Hands up high, look up. And set your hands down, step back, down dog. Moving it through. Left foot steps up. Right knee comes down, hands up high, palms together, down the back, forward and back. So your back toe is tucked under, you're in control from the soles of your feet. You bend the front knee. This is exhale, hands up high, this is inhale. So you take your hands down, set your blocks forward, and step your right foot up. Good, hands wide. Sit down, thumbs up, heart up, stand up, palms together, down the back. Pause a beat, open the leg. Lift your toes and your thighs back. Tuck your chin, lift the kite of your heart. No hurry. And hands up high, let it go, look up. You'll feel a rush up through the body. And widen down. Left foot steps back, left knee down. Two hands up high, inhale. Thumbs down the back, exhale, tuck your chin. Hands up high, look up, reach up. And fold. Step back, down dog. High plank, look forward, draw forward. Downward facing dog, press back. Left foot steps up, right knee down. Hands up high, inhale. Thumbs down the back, exhale. Hands up high, inhale. And hands down, let it go. Right foot steps. Let it start to fit together. Hands wide, sit down. It's one steady motion. Thumbs down the back. Hands up, reach up. Fold. Right foot, right knee. Hands high. Let them fall down the back. Soften the elbows, the backs of the arms, and let it up. Down dog. Inhale to plank, look forward, heart forward. Exhale to plank, take it back. Right foot steps up, left knee down. Follow the breath up. And follow the breath down. To reach. And to fold. Stepping up. Sweep wide, sit down, thumbs up, heart up. Down the back, one more set. So simple, float. Knees bend, hands wide, left foot, left knee. You know where you're going. Fall down the back,
Fall up into the hands. Downward facing dog, making space in the back body. On the inhale, draw to plank. On the exhale, back to dog. Good. Left foot will step up, right knee will come down. There's no hurry. If your pace is different from mine, be in your pace. Look up, reach up. Hold. Right foot steps up. Hands wide, sit down. Thumbs down the back. All one movement, up and down. Now right foot, right knee. Sweep up and down. And up and down. Down dog. High plank. Down dog. Good. Pause. Wide tail. Drop your head. Right foot steps up, left knee down, slow it down. Hands up high. Down the back, tuck the chin. Reach up, look up. Hands set down. Step up. Hands wide and tall. Bring your palms together, your thumbs to your heart, and stand. Notice the front, notice the back. Shake out your hands, shake out your feet. Right foot down, left heel high. Right heel down, left knee to rise. Interlace your fingers and just draw up. So the left knee draws up and the right heel goes down. As the heel goes down, the thigh goes back. And as your thigh goes back, your ribs go back. And as your ribs go back, your hand goes high. Flex the left foot and lift your foot as though stepping up onto a box. Take the left hand high. Good, firm. You'll hinge at the hip, so bend in the right knee, press your left heel straight back. Put your left toes to the floor. Find a lunge, hands up high. Turn your hands to face the ceiling, and your left hand holds your right wrist. Left hand sees the ceiling, go a little right. Lift the left thigh. Open from the left ribs, through the left hip, through the left thigh, into the left heel. Release your hands. Lean forward, lift off, catch your left knee. Step up. The way you started. 3, 2, and set down. Pause. Let that out of you. Let that out of you. And shake your hands between the feet. And the right knee up. Interlace your fingers, standing tall, left heel down. So as I said, my left heel down, left thigh back. Left thigh back means left ribs back. Ribs back means left hand high. And draw your right foot a little higher, a little closer to your chest. Let the pose become stronger. And right hand high. Ribs back. Bend the left knee, hinging. Stand your right heel on the wall behind you. Press into both heels, navel to spine. Open your elbows and right toes to the floor. Lift up. Turn your palms open to the ceiling. Left hand holds the right wrist. Go up, over to the right, and lift your right thigh. Bring the right heel over the ball of the foot and open right rib, right hip, right thigh, right chest. Upright. Release, reach your fingers forward, draw your knee to your chest, stand tall, and return. Knee up, heel down, so we're clearing the legs and setting down. Now let all the effort out of your body. Feel the sensation of really draining down. And step your left foot back. And take your right hand wide, right thumb down beside you in the back of your hand to your mid-back and your left hand high. Lifting your back thigh like your lunge, hinge at the hips, fold over. Now reach if you need to, hand to a block or fingertips to the floor, a little tent. But as you go, swing your hips towards the center, drop your head. Lift your left hand, lift your heart. Lift your back thigh. And keep the back thigh as your anchor hinging down too. Folding. Drop the head at the base. And then rise up top. Good. Lift the left thigh. Square the hips. Tuck the chin. Bring it down. Fingertips to a block or to the floor. Your hips a little left. Right hip back. Left hip forward. Bring your right fingertips to the floor, reaching back. Right fingertips point away from your front foot. So your fingertips are pointing in opposite direction. Fold, and if possible, you bring the left temple outside of the right shin. Turn your navel right. Ha. If possible, take your left hand back to be symmetrical with the right. So 2 fingers, 2 hands pointing towards the back of the mat, 2 feet pointing toward the front. A little turn of the navel, square the hip, firm the legs. Then look to your front foot. Fingertips forward and down, step back. On your dog, walk it up. Ha, a little deeper into the legs. The left foot steps up, the left hand to your low back. The right hand reaches out, and you raise your right hand high. So the temptation is to collapse into the front of your body, and instead lift into the back of the right thigh like your lunge, and from there hinge and fold. 3. Rising up. So lifting the back thigh will lift the heart. That we give ourselves substance and support. Rising up. Lift through the back thigh. Send your right hip forward. Keep all of that. Right hip forward, left hip back, fingers to the floor or to the block to stay. Reaching out through your right hand, bring your right hip forward. Head down. Head down. Left hand reaches back, fingertips to the floor. Turn your chin to the left shoulder and maybe the outer right temple to the outer left shin. And then the right hand steps back, parallel to the left. Fingertips point to the back of the mat. Toes point towards the front of the mat. And as you bring the pinky edge of your hands toward the floor, open your upper back. Lengthen the spine, tail back. Head long. Hands down. Step back, down back. Wag the tail, big side to side with the hands. High plank. Ha. We'll come to belly down on that blanket. Walk your thighs back and put the tops of your feet flat. Walk your hands back and gather the elbows in and firm the inner thighs down. Inner thighs down, outer hips down. The legs are strong, and from the very tips of your toes, you lift your heart. So we'll go up and down 5 times, using the legs as much as you can. Tuck your chin, forehead down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale all the way up. Use your legs. Exhale all the way down, forehead to the floor. And all the way up. And halfway down, navel tucks into the spine. And all the way up. And all the way down, forehead to the floor. Legs are strong. Outer hips forward. Rise up. Pause. Good. And walk down. Walk your hands out. Pinky edge of the hands to the floor. Draw your hands back and sink your hips in. So your shoulder blades go back and down the spine. So I have strong pressure through the outer elbows, through the outer fingers. And I simply reach the right hand high and the left foot an inch or 2 off the floor. Gaze forward, square your hips, square your shoulders. You're going to bend your right elbow straight back and straight forward. Back and forward and back and forward. Keep your left hand down and take your right hand and reach across and wide, like we did with our knees, across, right elbow wide. So we're destabilizing with the right arm and we're restabilizing with the left, and good. Hands down, rise up, and notice in your cobra, left side, right side, that you can maybe feel the right top of shoulder, right back of shoulder a little more active and awake on the right side. So walk your hands forward, pinky edge of your hands to the floor. You can reach all the way out, let your tail move, no tension in the low back. Walk your thighs back to set it up. Tops of the feet down, hips down. So it's as though you're taking your tailbone and pulling it back towards your heels. Inner thighs down, outer hips forward. Keep your legs and draw your shoulders back and down to lift your chest. There's your anchor. Now right hand stays down and left foot floats. No, right foot floats, forgive me. Left hand reaches up and out. So we've made a stable base, hips and shoulders. Good. Tail down, tail down. Bring your left elbow back and straight up. And back and straight up. So you keep your hips square, your shoulders square, even as you destabilize the movement of the left. And you'll reach across to the right and back to the left elbow and across. So we're opening the left side, but the rest of the body stays strong. Firm in your legs, firm in your glutes. One more. Good. Hands down. Lifting up, drop your knees, tuck your chin.
Open the upper back. Look to your knees, bring your knees together, bring your feet together, and then hips to heels. So whenever you really bend into the back body, the feet together, the knees together is a wonderful counterpoint. We will come in and out 5 times if you choose, or stay here. Rise to hands, knees, keep your chin tucked in, and fold back. There's 5. In and out, chin tucked in, and 4. And each time you come forward, it's so you're making a little more length through the back of the heart and the back of the chest. One more time. And now feel what you've made in your downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, and then just walk out your dog. Legs long, chest broad. Feel the space and the strength, how the shoulders hold the arms to the body. The front and the back of your chest, the legs are long. We're looking to find all the ways we are strengthened around the heart so that the heart can be tender. We don't need to be afraid in that combination. Walk your left foot to the center and your right heel comes up high. Open the right heel, open the arms, open the legs. And we'll step the right foot up. I'm turning so you can see. So blocks come outside your little toe. One on its belly, one on its edge, and sweep up. Turn your left hand to face away, so the palm faces away from you. And this is going to open the upper shoulder. Good, and your right hand can come down to the block or to the foot. Keep your left hand reaching back, and we'll come in and out. When we come in and out, we build strength. So folding down, hips go back, reaching to your left fingertips, and again. Opening the right side. Right hand now to the blocks. If you don't need them so high, set one down. Right hand under the shoulder. Now look up and sweep the left hand overhead. And then look down, hand down. Sweep all the way over the top. Turn your chin up under your shoulder. Reach into your left heel. And sweep down. Chest is broad. Last one. Reach overhead. And pause. You may work right there, or looking down, hand to the shin or the ankle. Allows you to bow into the left ribs a little bit more. Dropping the fingertips a little lower than the shoulder. Turning your ribs, navel to spine. Left hand up and back. Bend your front knee. Bend your left knee. Good. Right hand sweeps to your left thigh. Left hand high for 3. Track your eyes along the line above you and track that line all
all the way back and all the way out the top of your head. And track the line back up the wall, back up the ceiling, tuck of the chin, hands coming down your face, and dog, step back. So these great, sweet, simple lines. It's not a fancy practice.
I'm not a fancy asana practitioner because then I get really sucked into the asana and I forget why I'm doing it. I'm making order in my home. Right foot toward the center line, left heel high. I'm making order in my mind. Making ability in my body. The left foot steps up, the block's outside of the left pinky toe. One on its belly, one on its edge if it's best for you there. Sweeping up, turn your right palm away from you. Open the top of your right shoulder, top of the right lung, left hand up. We move 3 times, keeping your right hand reaching back, hand down to the block or the floor. And then up. And in that sweep up, plug into the front big toe. And then sweep out and down, and just see if you can feel you are sweeping your home, cleaning the countertops, opening the blinds. Left hand to the block, keep it. Good. Hand under shoulder, reach the right hand over. And look down, right hand up. Take your time now, smooth your breathing through the gesture. That you could smooth out through the rib, through the outer hip. Yeah. Nice one. One more sweep. Nice one. Awesome. All the way back. And then all the way over. Perfect. And looking down, maybe hand to shin. And that gives you a little more action in the hand and the foot, a little more balance. Drop your fingertips lower than your shoulders. And now from your navel, extend into your legs. From your heart into your hands. Right hand high. And look down. And right hand down, right knee down, toes tuck under. Good. Left hand to your right back thigh. And up. And up. And up. Track the line above you with your eyes. See where it meets the wall. Go down the wall and out the top of your head. Tracking up the wall, up the ceiling, down the wall, down the hand, step back, downward facing dog. Feel the body, feel the lines. And most importantly, feel the quiet. Breath is full and smooth and steady. Dropping your head, broadening your upper back, lengthening the arms. Bend your knees, lift your heels over the balls of your feet, lift your hips up higher, reach your heels back and down, drop your head again. Bend your knees. Pull your heels over the balls of your feet, press your feet down, lift your hips, press your heels back and down. Like a great wheel, one more, bend your knees more. Draw your heels over your feet, lift your hips high, and find the dog. Drop your head. High point. Pause. So the heels over the balls of the feet, just as you did a moment ago. Put the knees to the floor for a moment. Come and bring your fingertips of your right hand together like you're picking up a little, let's say, Cheerio off the floor, and then down, and bring the other hand. Now, as you lift your right hand, you plug your left hand in more fully. So, just as you drew your elbow back when you had your pinky edge of your hand to the floor, I want you to draw your shoulder up and back.
And you're feeling this by pressing down into the floor. You raise the other hand up. So it's less about bending your elbow and more about drawing your shoulder up and back, all the way into the navel, all the way into the side body. So this is one option, is to stay right here. The second option is to take your knees off the floor, and we will do 6. So 5, down, 4, down. You're bringing your fingertips and then you're splaying them wide. You're keeping your hips square and you're drawing the shoulder one over the other. Go one more each time. Good. Spread your fingers wider. Plug into your plank pause. Shoulders down your back. Look forward. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Perfect. Add a block under your left hand. Pivot your left toes left and sweep your right hand overhead. Open that out. So plug the left thumb down into the block. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. Tuck your chin. We go 3. Just a rinse. And 2. So in this sequence, again and again, we open the chest and then we plug back into the legs. Step your right foot flat. Reach your right hand high. Pivot your left foot closer to your left hand. Turn your navel, turn your heart. Firm your right leg, firm your right arm, and feel the right side clear and steady and sound. And bring your right hand down to the floor. Ha. Block on the right side. Right toes turn out, right toes tucked under. Left foot flat, left hand high, reach over the top. Bring your left elbow to your left knee, and then open out. Each time you open, press your left foot to the floor. Press your right hand down into the block. And then pause right there. Pause right there. 3. Firm your left foot to the floor. Firm your left elbow open. That we are so stable. And hands down. Set your block forward. With no resistance and no reluctance, find your high plank. You'll draw your left knee to your chest. And you'll extend your left leg out to the right side. So you come onto the outer edge of your right foot, toe of your left foot, put your right foot flat behind you, and reach your right hand high. Press your left foot down, press your right foot down, now reach your right hand over, bow your ribs like your triangle pose. Good, good, good. Turn your navel, turn your heart, put it all together. Ha, right hand high, set it down. And step back. Plank. Right knee to chest. Press to the outer edge of your right foot, left foot down. Press your feet down to lift your left hand. Take your left hand overhead. And you're reaching from the legs into the hands, putting all of your work together. And then the left hand high and the left hand down. And step back. Walk your feet to your hands, set your blanket aside. And lie onto your back. Notice the sensation in your chest. Notice the sensation in your chest. The clarity in your chest. Let your breath be big and full. And so we allow through us our experience. That if we were to take all of that effort and hold onto it, it would create a block. Breathe in, pause a beat, stay full, breathe all the way out. 2, 3, 4. In for 4. Pause for 2. Out for 4. In for 4. Pause. Out for 4.
Pause 2. Out fully. Fully, fully, fully. Let it in. Pause. Let it out. Normal breathing. The space of the upper back, the arms, the hands. As though everything that had been resting against your physical heart, your ribs and your lungs and your shoulders and the weight of your day had been lifted. And the heart was no longer constrained, but instead held in this bright space. Walk your heels to the outer edge of your mat. Arms wide. And let your knees start to move side to side, just falling in and out. Any tension of the hips and the low back, we can start to let them move. You can open and close your hands if any of that was difficult, through the wrists or the fingers. And you allow the knees to wash in and out until you can feel it through the spine and the diaphragm and the belly. When the right knee falls down into the center, pause. You're on your inner right foot. Put your left ankle over your right knee. Pressing down with the ankle, press up with the knee and open the right hip, right chest, right elbow. Allow the right hip to come forward towards the left side of your mat. Reach your right hand overhead. And then release all of it. And let the arms be wide and let the knees wash side to side. And notice if you generated any tension in the back, in the low back, in the back body, and let that rinse out. And the knees drop to the right, so the left knee comes down. The left inner foot to the floor. Right ankle over the left knee. Press your ankle down and your knee up and let your hip come forward, opening. Left hand overhead. Lengthening from the inner left hip through the inner left abdomen to the inner left arm. And then release. Just one more side to side. Bring your hands to your shins and your shins into the body. Make a little ball. And press your heels up high and your hands overhead. This L shape is an inhale. The hands to the shins is the exhale, bring it in. Inhale, hands up high. Exhale, lift your head, shoulders, and lengthen the upper back. Tuck your nose to your knees, and then lift your heels high, hands overhead. Flex your feet. So exhale, bring it up, lifting head, shoulders. Inhale, set down, open up. For 2, be very deliberate and very strong in your legs. Resets the low back and the spine. 1 more. Good. From this position, feet to the floor, elbows down beside you, building a bridge so the feet press down. Press the heels down to lift the hips and tuck a shoulder and then another to interlace your fingers. Straightening your arms, bring the pinky edge of your hands to the floor and rest your heels into the floor. And lightly draw your heels towards your hands. And let that be an invitation to lengthen through the thighs, through the hips, through the navel. Broadening the shoulders to the floor. to release wide, back down to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Good. Left hand to left thigh, press away. Draw your right thigh in and interlace your fingers behind the right thigh or over the right shin, keeping your left ankle where it is. On the exhale, lift your head, shoulders, tuck your nose towards your ankle. Drop your head and shoulders and send your left thigh away. Let your right shin press your arms straight. So as you press your left thigh away, press your right shin into your hands, arms straight. You're lengthening the tops of your shoulders to the back of your neck. Once again, lift your head, shoulders, draw your right shin close, draw your nose towards your right knee. Curl it in, and then press it out. Put your right heel to the floor. Put your elbows down beside you. Keep your ankle over your knee. Bridge. Lift your hips. Send your left thigh away. Interlace your fingers. Press your pinky edge down. Press the outer left thigh down. Flex your left foot. Stand in your right heel for 3. Now you'll stay for 3 more breaths, or draw your left knee to your chest and press your left heel high and your right heel low. 2. Press your knuckles into the floor. And bend your knee and sit it down and feet to the floor. Palms open, heels wide. Notice the heart. And how the energy of the heart can radiate into the hips and into the legs. Cross your right ankle over your left. Your right ankle over your left knee. Interlace behind the right thigh. We skipped a step. Left heel to the floor. Right hand on right thigh. And just open that a little bit and let go of the right outer hip. And feel that open, the whole thoracic cavity, the aspect of your chest. Your shoulders relax. The kite of your heart floats again. Just feel that. And keeping that release, notice if there's a difference for you of bringing your left thigh in now and interlace the hands. Each little shift contributes. Work there, or hands over the shin, keeping the shin closer. Lift your head and shoulders. Draw your nose towards your ankle towards your nose, round your back. And as you lay your head and shoulders to the floor, press your shin into your hands, straighten your arms, open the tops of your shoulders, open the tops of the arms to the back of the neck. Send your right knee forward and away. As though you could even stretch the backs of your eyes and the root of your tongue. Lift your head, shoulders, bring it in. Folding, rinsing, rounding, all through the length of your spine. Roll in, roll in, roll in. Press your shin into your hands. Press your right shin, right thigh away. Arms straighten. As you straighten your arms, trust the bind and drop your shoulders. Allow the back of the neck to lengthen, the backs of the shoulders to widen. Back of the neck to lengthen. Little tuck of the chin. So the left foot to the floor, the elbows down, standing your heel down, lift your hips, press your right thigh away. Interlace your fingers, tuck a shoulder, tuck another, straighten your arms. Stand in the left heel to lift your hips, send your right knee down and forward. You may work right there, perfect spot, or draw your right knee towards your chest, and then press your right heel to the ceiling, your left heel to the floor, straighten your arms, press the back of your head down for 3. Arms and legs are strong. 2, wherever you've gone. And then we roll down, heel down, hips down, heels down. Heels wide, legs long, arms wide, starfish. And then let it through you. Notice anywhere there are blocks or stops. Allow it through your shoulders and your arms all the way to your fingertips and beyond. Into the navel, through the hips, through the thighs and the knees and the heels and the toes and beyond. Now let your breath get bigger into the unstopped, unblocked spaces of the body. Bring your knees to your chest. Lift your head, shoulders, there's your breath out. Press your heels high, your hands overhead, there's your breath in. And again. Hands to shins, close and open and close and open. 3 more. Good. And the last place we go, bend your knees, put your feet down. Lift your hips, put your palms down, and place your palms under your hips, thumbs to touch. Let your hips rest on your hands. As you walk your heels forward, lift your chest. Walk your elbows in, so you're building a fish. So you're up on your forearms, your heels walk out. And looking at your feet, reach into the balls of your feet, and that will pull that little kite of your heart forward. And as you flex your feet, draw your toes back towards you, look to that line overhead. The heart comes up, the throat opens. You could look through the crown of your head. So press into the balls of your feet. Feel the heart rise, the chest broaden. The head lifts so slightly. Flex your feet. Open the navel, the knees. Reach into the balls of the feet last time. Point your toes, be lifted, and then flex. Find the point between the two. Stay 3. As though you were lifted by the kite of your heart. Gently tucking your chin. To round your back, walk your feet in. Turn your palms open, let your spine rest. And keep your knees bent, your feet flat. Keep your weight in the ribs. Lengthen the back of your spine. Press your feet down into the floor and slightly away. Invite the full length of your spine to flatten into the floor, so navel to spine. And then relaxing the feet, you can feel the low back find its natural curve away from the floor. Any tension in your low back, you would hold one shin at a time to help it release. And as you're ready, the palms turn open, the legs out long. Now one option here is to be flat to the floor, or before you totally settle in, take your blanket, move your cat off the blanket. It's a sweetie. And then lay the blanket behind you. Sorry, I know, just a second. And lie back. So the end of the blanket comes to the base of your ribs, and then you can fold the top of the blanket under the back of your head, just the slightest extra support. Sorry, girl. If that creates any tension in the low back, then feel free to remove the blanket. Relax the hips into the floor. Any further tension in the low back, bend your knees and put your feet flat. Take care of yourself. And in this posture, let your breath center at the solar plexus. So lower down in the body. And just fill to half your capacity. And then out. Filling to half your capacity. And then out. Your focus is on breathing into the abdominal cavity. Aware of the diaphragm and the low ribs. In for 4. Out for 4. The breath is so small, you're only filling to half. It quiets the body, it quiets the mind, it concludes our work. And now fill to half and pause for 4, 3, 2, and out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, just half, pause, and out. So it's very small. In, pause, and out. 2 more like that. Keep emptying the body one more. So find your inhale, pause, and now adding on 25% more, fill the ribs, pause, and all the way out. In, pause, in again, pause, all the way out. Relax your body, be empty. In, fill the belly, pause, soft. In again, fill the ribs, pause, soft. All the way out, soften the face, the jaw, the hands. In, pause, in again, pause, all out. In, adding on, pause, in again, fill the ribs, pause, in again, the collarbones, tiny bit. And just pause and let it all the way out into the belly, half full. Pause. Add the ribs. Pause. Add the collarbones. Pause. Let it go. Now let it all fit together more smoothly. In, belly, pause, in ribs, pause, in collarbones, pause, soften around it, let it go. 3 more rounds. In the belly, pause, in the ribs, pause. Collarbones, and let go. No strain, no force in the belly. Pause. The ribs. Pause. Chest. Pause. All the way out. At ease. In the belly. in the ribs. Pause. In the collarbones. Pause. All the way out. Natural breathing. Let the breath go wherever it chooses, whatever is needed. Letting the breath diminish. Let your attention rest in the chest. Any tension in the low back, you would bend your left leg, roll to the right, take the bolster, lay it over your low belly, and put your left leg back down. Continue to rest your attention at the heart center. Anytime your mind gets busy or the body feels tight, deepen the breath, sighing out the nose and the mouth lightly, falling back
back into the sensation of your body on the floor. Completely at ease, resting your attention at the heart space, center of the chest. Beginning to deepen your breathing. To take your hands overhead. To feel into the body, this room, this home we've put in order. The books on their shelves, the clothes folded away, the cutlery safe in its drawer. Feel this space. And with a hint of a smile, curl to your right side. Especially if you've been up on the blanket, bend your knees and feel a rounding through the spine and feel the breath into the back of your body. We clean the countertops, the handles of the sinks and the doorknobs, the floors, and the windows. Really making your way, rolling up into a cross-legged seat, coming upright, feeling your body adjust and arrive. And just turn your chin to your right shoulder. Drop down across the chest to the left shoulder. Turn your left ear to your left shoulder. And then sweep up and over, take your right ear to your right shoulder. And now your chin to your shoulder. And from your right shoulder, cross down along the chest to the shoulder. Turn your ear to your shoulder. And go up and over, right ear, right shoulder. And reverse. Left ear, left shoulder. Turn your chin to your left shoulder. Sweep down and across. Chin to the right shoulder. Good. Right ear, right shoulder. Turn your chin. Come up and over. One more. Turn your chin to your left shoulder. Sweep across the chest. Turn your right ear to your shoulder. And come upright. Turn your chin to side like you are looking across the room. All the way through the upper back, through the upper spine, right to the crown of your head. Sitting at the center, palms to the center, 3 times. Take your hands up and open. And then exhale, palms together, a little tuck of the chin. So adding the neck, lifting up, opening up. And then exhaling, tucking the chin, palms together. One more time. All the way. As you bring your palms together, bring your thumbs to your forehead, center. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, perfect peace into this space. Namaste. Thank you for your Saturday morning or your Sunday morning or your Wednesday night, whenever you replay. Enjoy the practice. Tomorrow will be the very last day of our Anahata Kundalini series, So I'll be here at 8 a.m. online and out in the park at 10:30. And then we have a pause next week. And the next time I would see you would be for a Saturday VINYASA class. And we will start up into Vishuddha, the throat, the mastery. This is our mastery. Because we've built our existence, our power, our dignity, our purpose, and it is in our throat, in our words, that we give it form. Because we can feel as powerful as we want to, and then we say, oh, I can't. With those magic words, all that purpose. But when we begin to use our words to reshape what it is we're encountering, how it is we're responding, I can do that. I enjoy sweeping the floor. I am not in a hurry. These are magic words. Our mastery is at our throat. It's a place where our power meets our mind. Here we go. I'll see you in a week.